The earth was quiet, but it was not peaceful. Beneath the mountains and oceans, something stirred, something alive and angry. In the city of New Ardent, a team of scientists worked late into the night, studying strange energy readings that pulsed like a heartbeat. Lino, the youngest researcher, leaned over her monitor and frowned. "These numbers are not normal," she said. Her colleague, Dr. Harrow, shook his head. "It is probably just a glitch." But Lena felt a chill run down her spine. The air around them seemed heavier, as if the planet itself was watching. For weeks, the team had noticed odd events, small earthquakes in places that had never shaken, rivers changing course overnight, trees bending in strange patterns. Animals behaved strangely too. Birds refused to fly, and wolves gathered silently on the hills. Staring at the cities, Lena tried to warn the authorities, sending reports and emails, but officials replied with empty words. "There is no danger," they said. "Focus on other problems." The news laughed at her warnings, claiming it was science fiction nonsense. Even her own team began to doubt, except for Dr. Harrow, who whispered at night, "She might be right. Lena, something is wrong with the earth." One evening, Lena walked near the mountains, following a trail of glowing cracks in the soil. The wind was strange, cold and heavy, carrying whispers she could not understand. Shadows moved between the rocks, though no one else was there. Suddenly, a figure appeared at the edge of the forest, tall and dark, eyes shining like fire. Lena froze, her heart pounding. She raised her voice, but the figure vanished as if swallowed by the night, leaving only silence and fear. She ran back to the city, shouting for help. But no one came. No one believed. The next day, the tremors grew stronger. Small buildings cracked, and lights flickered across New Ardent. People began to feel unease, a sense of being watched, yet the governance did nothing. Calling it minor geological activity, Lena's warnings turned desperate. "If we do not act, something terrible will happen," she said. Dr. Harrow nodded grimly. "They will. Laugh until it is too late." At the university lab, more signs appeared. Strange energy spikes shot through the monitors, and mysterious symbols appeared on the walls, glowing for only a few seconds. No one could explain them, and no one wanted to. Even the news ignored the patterns, broadcasting stories about sports and politics instead. The earth was angry, but humans were blind, arrogant in their belief that they could control everything. They did not see that the planet had its own mind, and its patience had limits. One night, the tremors shook the city harder than ever before. Windows shattered, alarms rang, and the wind howled like 1,000 voices crying warnings. Lena and Dr. Harrow rushed to the top of the tallest tower, trying to see what was happening. In the distance, a shadow moved across the hills, larger than any human or animal. Glowing faintly under the moonlight, it stopped and turned its gaze toward the city. Its eyes burning with anger, Lena whispered, "It is the earth itself, or something it has released." Dr. Harrow's face was pale. "We warned them, and they did not listen." The city slept unaware, but the first demon had walked free from the mountains, and humanity had no idea what was coming. The world had dismissed their prayers, ignored the warnings, and the earth had begun to awaken. The night was darker than usual, the sky heavy with clouds that swirled like smoke. The people of New Ardent slept unaware, but Lena and Dr. Harrow knew danger had come. The first signs were subtler tremor in the streets, a low rumble under the ground, dogs barked in the distance, and birds flew wildly, screaming into the darkness. Then the shadows came, moving faster than any human could run, shapes that twisted and shifted as if alive. The first demon appeared on the outskirts of the city, towering over the buildings, its body dark and molten, eyes burning like red coals. It moved silently, yet the ground shook with every step. Cars overturned, streetlights shattered, and panic spread as screams pierced the night. Lena watched from the lab window, heart pounding. "They are real. The Earth's anger. It has taken form," she whispered. Dr. Harrow grabbed her arm. "We must warn everyone. Hurry." They ran into the streets, waving lights and shouting warnings, and most people were frozen with fear, unable to comprehend the horror before them. A small group tried to fight, throwing stones and using guns, but the demons were too strong. Bullets bounced harmlessly off their thick, shadowy skin, and a single touch from a demon could melt metal or freeze a person with fear. The city's defenses were useless, and chaos spread like wildfire. Lena and Dr. Harrow led a group of survivors to the university, hoping to find shelter and plan. The campus was eerily quiet. The own sounds, the distant screams, and the earth's tremors. Inside, they set up monitors, trying to track the demons' movements. "What are they?" one student asked, voice shaking. "Are they monsters?" Dr. Harrow shook his head. "They are the Earth's own soldiers, creatures born from its anger, and we brought this on ourselves." Lena looked at the screens, eyes wide. "We ignored the warnings. We laughed at the signs. And now the Earth is showing its power." Meanwhile, in the city, the demons were relentless. They moved with purpose, targeting buildings that had been constructed on unstable ground, toppling them. Easily, people ran through streets, tripping over rubble, screaming for help. Some, touched by the demons, changed in horrifying ways. Their eyes glowed red, and their bodies twisted into shapes that were no longer human. Those who were not fast enough were crushed or carried away, disappearing into the shadows. As dawn approached, the attacks slowed, but the damage was done. Entire neighborhoods were destroyed. The city lay in ruin, and the survivors huddled together, shaking with fear. Lena stood on a pile of rubble, looking at the horizon. "This is only the beginning," she said. Dr. Harrow nodded. "The Earth will not stop, not until it has punished humanity for ignoring it." The survivors realized their prayers would not save them. Only action could. They needed a plan, weapons, and courage. For the demons would return, stronger and more numerous. At night, the shadows of the demons lingered on the hills, watching, waiting. And Lena understood the truth. Humanity had been given a warning, ignored it, and now faced the wrath of the Earth itself. The first attack was only a taste of the terror to come. The world had dismissed their prayers, and the fight for survival had truly begun. The city lay in ruins, smoke rising from shattered buildings. Lena and Dr. Harrow moved carefully through the streets, guiding the survivors to the old underground laboratory. They needed answers, something to explain the terror that had fallen upon humanity. In the lab, ancient machines hummed faintly. Forgotten for decades, one machine, shaped like a glowing orb, pulsed with energy. Responding to Lena's presence, she reached out, and a map of the Earth appeared, lines of energy tracing across the continents. The lines led to deep, hidden places, where the planet's anger seemed strongest. Dr. Harrow studied the readings, his eyes wide. These demons, they were not always free, he said. They were trapped by something the Earth itself created long ago. Lena frowned. Created by the Earth? Yes, Harrow said. A long time ago, before humans ruled the planet, Earth built a system, a prototype, to protect itself from harm. The demons are part of it. Guardians, punishers, soldiers, released now because humans ignored its warnings. Lena shivered, thinking of the cities destroyed, the people twisted by the demons. The Earth is alive, she whispered, and it remembers every wrong we have done. Outside, the ground trembled, a warning from the planet itself. The demons had not finished their hunt. One of the survivors, a young boy, asked, "Can we stop them?" Dr. Harrow shook his head. "We cannot fight them like normal enemies. Bullets, bombs, weapons, they will not work." Lena's mind raced. Then what can we do? Harrow's eyes met hers. "We must understand the Earth, communicate with it if it will listen." "But the Earth does not answer humans," Lena said. "Not unless we earn its trust, or its mercy." The lab's monitors showed glimpses of the demons, moving through forests and mountains, their eyes glowing, powerful beyond imagination. Each demon seemed connected to the planet, feeding from its energy. Lena realized the truth. Earth was punishing humanity, and it would not stop until balance was restored. The survivors listened in fear as the scientists explained. "They are not mindless monsters," Lena said. "They are part of the Earth. And the Earth is angry," one survivor cried. "Then how can we survive?" Dr. Harrow's voice was steady but grim. "By learning, by respecting the power we have ignored for too long." That night, Lena and Harrow ventured outside to observe the demons. They hid behind rocks and watched as one demon approached a village. It did not attack immediately. Instead it hovered, sensing the humans, judging them. Then it touched the ground, and the soil trembled, revealing a hidden tunnel beneath the village. From the tunnel, more figures rose, lesser demons, smaller but equally terrifying. Lena realized they were multiplying, growing stronger with the Earth's energy. They are connected. Every attack feeds the system. The Earth is building an army, she whispered, horror in her eyes, as dawn approached. The The survivors gathered in the lab, exhausted and frightened. Lena looked at them. "We cannot wait for help. There is no one coming," she said. Dr. Harrow added, "The Earth has secrets, and until we understand them, we are prey." Outside, the wind carried whispers through the broken city, voices of the Earth itself, and in those whispers, Lena heard a warning, clear and chilling. The demons were only the beginning. The Earth had many more secrets to reveal, and humanity was running out of time. The city was a ruin of smoke and ash, but Lena and Dr. Harrow refused to give up. Survivors huddled in the underground lab, trembling and exhausted. Outside, the demons roamed freely, their glowing eyes scanning for life, their footsteps shaking the ground. Lena gathered the group. "We cannot wait anymore," she said. "We must fight, but we fight smart." Dr. Harrow nodded. "We will use what the Earth gave us, its power, its energy. We just have to understand it." The team began to prepare, using scientific knowledge and whatever materials remained. They built devices to harness energy from the ground, traps that could slow the demons. Lena worked on a machine that could emit a pulse to confuse them. The survivors helped, gathering supplies, reinforcing buildings, and setting alarms. Fear was everywhere, but so was determination. For the first time, humanity realized that prayer alone would not save them. Only action could. As night fell, the demons returned, larger and more terrifying than before. They moved like shadows, silent yet deadly. The first battle began near the outskirts of the city. Humans fired energy pulses and traps, and for a moment, a demon faltered. It roared, a sound that shook the mountains. But the team kept fighting. Lena activated her machine, sending waves of confusion through the demon ranks. Some stumbled, others froze, giving humans a small victory. But the victory was short-lived. From the mountains, a massive demon leader appeared, taller and darker than any they had seen. Its eyes glowed like molten lava, and its presence seemed to swallow the light. The ground trembled under its steps, and the survivors knew this was the true test. Dr. Harrow shouted, "We face the Earth's judgment tonight. We must be brave." Lena nodded, heart racing. "We cannot fail. Humanity depends on us." The team lured the demon leader into a trap. Using pulsing energy lines and explosive devices, it struck with a terrifying force, shattering buildings and sending debris flying. But Lena's pulse device worked partially, slowing the demon just enough to confuse it. The smaller demons hesitated, unsure of their leader. The survivors attacked strategically, striking with everything they had. Using science and courage together, the demon leader roared again, but it was not invincible. For the first time, humanity realized they could fight back. As the battle raged, Lena climbed to a high tower to direct the energy pulse more precisely. Her hands shook, but her mind was sharp. She remembered the Earth's whispers, the secrets she had begun to understand. She adjusted the pulse to resonate with the planet's energy. A bright light shot into the sky, and the demon leader stumbled. Confused and angry, the smaller demons retreated into the hills, and for a moment, silence fell. The survivors cheered quietly, exhausted but alive. Dr. Harrow looked at Lena. "We have won a small victory, but the Earth is not done," he said. Lena nodded, her eyes on the horizon. "We have one last chance, one last fight to earn our survival." Outside, the wind carried whispers through the ruins, the voices of the Earth, and Lena knew the final reckoning was coming. Humanity's courage had been tested, and the Earth's wrath was far from over. The sky was dark, heavy with clouds, and the wind carried whispers that seemed to come from the Earth itself. Lena and Dr. Harrow stood on the highest tower, left standing in New Ardent, looking over the city. The survivors gathered around, tired, wounded, but determined. They knew this night would decide humanity's fate. The demons had grown stronger, their numbers rising like a shadow over the planet, and the Earth was sending its final judgment. From the mountains, the demon leader emerged once more, larger and angrier than ever. Its eyes glowed like molten fire, and every step shook the ground beneath them. Smaller demons followed, moving through the ruins like a river of darkness. Lena gripped her pulse device, her hands steady despite fear. "This is it," she whispered. "The Earth will decide if we survive, but we have to fight." The team spread across the city, activating traps and energy pulses. They used every invention, every piece of knowledge, combining science with courage. The demon leader roared, shaking buildings and throwing debris into the air. but Lena's pulse device created a resonance with the planet's energy, confusing the demons. They stumbled, hesitated, unsure of their master. The smaller demons paused, watching their leader. For the first time, humanity had an advantage. Dr. Harrow led a group through the streets, guiding survivors to safety. They used tunnels, energy barriers, and traps to slow the demons. Every attack was precise, every movement careful. The humans had learned from the Earth's whispers, from its secrets. They were not fighting blindly. They were fighting as one with the planet, and for the first time, the Earth seemed to listen. The demon leader screamed in anger, its fiery eyes searching for Lena. She climbed to the highest tower, pulse device in hand. Her heart raced, but she focused, sending waves of energy that resonated with the Earth itself. The demon leader staggered, confused and weakened. The smaller demons shrieked and retreated into the hills. The Earth's anger seemed to slow, its energy calming for the first time. Lena realized they had earned a chance to survive. As dawn broke, the sky lightened, revealing a city scarred but standing. The survivors looked around in silence, exhausted, but alive. Buildings lay in ruins, but humanity had not fallen. Dr. Harrow spoke. "We have survived, but the Earth has taught us a lesson." Lena nodded, looking at the horizon. "We cannot forget this. We must respect the power we once ignored." The demons vanished into the shadows, returning to the hidden depths of the Earth. For now, the planet had forgiven. But its patience was not endless. The survivors began to rebuild. Stronger and wiser, they honored the Earth, studying it, learning from it, understanding that arrogance had almost destroyed them. Lena looked at the people around her, hope in her heart. Humanity had faced the wrath of the planet. They had prayed, they had acted, and for the first time, they had earned the chance to live. The world had dismissed their prayers, but humanity had risen to meet the challenge, and the Earth, at last, seemed at peace.